Good evening and welcome to Brazil versus Norway at the FIFA World Cup 2026 trademark. We are live from New York, New Jersey Stadium, where more than 80,000 fans are packed in for a massive knockout clash. The temperature is around 27 degrees Celsius, the atmosphere is electric, and the pressure is hotter than the weather. Brazil arrive as five-time world champions, carrying all the history, flair, and expectation of the yellow shirt. Norway come in as fearless dark horses, led by Erling Haaland, who has been scoring goals like he has a personal subscription to the back of the net. A big storyline tonight. Norway are unbeaten in their previous meetings with Brazil, including that famous World Cup win in 1998. Brazil, meanwhile, are trying to break their recent knockout struggles against European teams. So here we go. Samba skill against Viking power, yellow magic against red discipline, history against hunger. The players are ready, the fans are roaring, and the referee checks his watch. Brazil versus Norway is underway. The first minute, Norway wastes absolutely no time introducing themselves. The men in red immediately settle on the ball as if they've rented the midfield for the evening, calmly exchanging passes while Brazil chase shadows. The crowd barely has time to finish cheering the anthems before Martin Odegaard is already pointing teammates into position like a chess grandmaster. Brazil look patient rather than panicked, but Norway are clearly here to write history, not admire it. The second minute, early possession belongs almost entirely to Norway, yet the Opta prediction flashing across the stadium still heavily favors Brazil. Statistics may love the five-time world champions, but football has a habit of laughing at predictions. Every Norwegian touch is greeted by louder cheers as confidence visibly grows with every completed pass. The third minute, what a warning. Norway think they've stunned Brazil. Alexander Sørloth darts down the right flank and delivers a teasing cross toward the edge of the box. Patrick Berg arrives perfectly, smashing an unstoppable finish into the top corner. The Norway bench explodes. The supporters lose their minds. But wait, the assistant referee raises the flag. Offside. Brazil survived the first enormous scare of the evening, and Carlo Ancelotti exhales deeply. That's the kind of wake-up call nobody orders before dinner. The fifth minute, Norway continue to circulate possession with remarkable confidence. Brazil, famous for dazzling attacking footballs, can barely get out of their own half. Every completed Norwegian pass seems to whisper the same message. We're not intimidated. Brazil's midfield is working overtime just to stay organized. The sixth minute, Norway earned the game's first corner. Odegaard carefully places the ball before swinging an inviting delivery toward the penalty area. Bodies collide everywhere. Elbows fly, shirts stretch like rubber bands, and the referee quickly restores order before allowing the kick to be taken again. Marquinhos finally rises highest and powers the clearance away. Brazil survive once more. The eighth minute. Finally, Brazil begin to enjoy their first meaningful spell of possession. Vinicius Jr. dances past two defenders on the left wing with those trademark lightning feet that seem to ignore the laws of physics. The crowd rises in anticipation, but he simply runs out of space before reaching the byline. Norway breathe again. The 10th minute. Here we go. Brazil carve Norway open for the first time. Bruno Guimarães combines beautifully with Gabriel Martinelli before Matheus Cunha races into the left side of the penalty area. Christopher Ayer lunges desperately. Cunha tumbles. The entire Brazilian bench leaps off their seats screaming for a penalty. The referee waves play on. No foul. But hold on. VAR immediately steps in. The giant stadium screens display the replay, and suddenly 80,000 fans become instant referees. The 12th minute, after a lengthy review at the monitor, the decision changes. Penalty to Brazil. The stadium erupts. Norwegian players surround the referee in disbelief. Brazil have been second best for most of the opening 12 minutes, yet now they possess the perfect opportunity to steal the lead completely against the run of play. Football really is wonderfully unfair sometimes. The 14th minute, the moment everyone will remember. Bruno Guimarães places the ball on the spot. Silence. Even the Norway supporters hold their breath. He begins a hesitant run-up. Shoots. Nyland saves. What a stop. Ørjan Nyland guesses correctly. Dives brilliantly to his left and pushes away the tame effort. The Norwegian goalkeeper instantly becomes the loudest man in New Jersey. His teammates swarm around him. Brazil's players stand frozen in disbelief. That isn't just a penalty save. That feels like a goal for Norway. Momentum swings dramatically, and suddenly every red shirt believes something magical could happen tonight. The 16th minute, Norway refused to let the missed penalty shake them. Instead of retreating, they immediately reclaim possession and begin patiently moving Brazil from side to side again. The statistics reveal nearly 70% possession for the Scandinavians during the opening quarter hour. Brazil may have received the biggest chance so far, but Norway still looked like the team controlling the entire script. The 18th minute, Brazil finally launch a dangerous counterattack. Vinicius Jr. accelerates down the left with breathtaking speed before whipping a dangerous cross toward Matheus Cunha. Hegem reads it brilliantly. One perfectly timed clearance. No panic, no drama. Norway's defense continues passing every examination with impressive composure. The 20th minute. Brazil are chasing consecutive World Cup victories. Norway are chasing history. Every duel now carries extra intensity. The Brazilians seem frustrated that their usual rhythm hasn't appeared, while Norway continue looking fearless every time they cross the halfway line. One thing is becoming increasingly obvious. This is absolutely not following Brazil's expected script. The 22nd minute. Interesting detail here. Bruno Guimarães has taken his first ever penalty for Brazil, and unfortunately for him, it may now live rent-free in every highlight package. The miss feels even heavier because Vinicius Jr. was standing nearby, probably wondering whether he should have brought a receipt for that spot kick. Norway remain calm, Brazil remain annoyed, and Nyland remains the hero of the first act. The 24th minute. Matheus Cunha almost gets another chance inside the box. David Müller-Wolf steps across just in time, applying exactly enough pressure without giving away another penalty. That is defending with the precision of someone cutting wires in an action movie. One wrong movement, and the referee points to the spot again. But Wolf gets it absolutely right. The 26th minute. Hydration break. And Brazil probably need more than water. They need instructions, rhythm, and maybe a small emotional support samba band. Norway have started confidently, controlling possession and making Brazil uncomfortable. Ancelotti gathers his players and talks intensely, because so far the five-time champions have looked more reactive than royal. The 29th minute. Play resumes with a Brazil throw-in. The Selecao are trying to increase their possession numbers, which have been surprisingly low. Norway have controlled the ball for long stretches, though without turning that control into many clear shots. Brazil's plan looks obvious now. Absorb pressure. Wait. Then unleash Vinicius like someone pressing the turbo button. The 31st minute. Big saves. Gabriel Martinelli suddenly explodes down the left wing, flying past defenders and reaching the byline. From an extremely tight angle, he fires toward goal. Nyland reacts sharply again. The goalkeeper blocks it, and the rebound nearly falls to Bruno Guimarães. Norway scramble it away. Nyland is not just keeping goal tonight. He is guarding a national dream with gloves made of steel. The 33rd minute. Norway attack through Antonio Nusa, but his promising run disappears into Brazil's defensive crowd. Immediately, Brazil counter. Vinicius Jr. attempts to flick the ball past Hegem, but the defender tracks him superbly and forces it out of play. This match is becoming a tactical tug of war. Norway owned the ball. Brazil owned the danger in transition. The 35th minute. Rayan finds Vinicius on the right side of the box. Vinicius turns quickly and shoots, but the attempt is blocked before it can trouble Nyland. Moments later, Norway respond. Nusa slips the ball to Ødegaard, who tries a low effort toward the far corner. Wide. Not by much, but wide enough for Alisson to calmly watch it roll past. Both teams are now trading jabs. No knockout punch yet. The 37th minute. Save from Alisson. Nusa cuts inside from the left and floats across toward Erling Haaland. There he is, the giant in red. Haaland tries to guide a difficult header toward goal, but cannot generate enough power. Alisson collects comfortably. Still, every time the ball approaches Haaland, the stadium seems to inhale at the same time, because everyone knows what happens when he gets one proper chance. The 39th minute. Brazil have created a decent expected goals total, but much of it comes from that missed penalty. In open play, Norway are doing a fine job limiting the truly clean chances. Brazil look dangerous in flashes, but not fluent. Norway look organized, brave, and just annoying enough to make this a very uncomfortable evening for the South Americans. The 41st minute. Nyland again. Vinicius Jr. steals the ball back from Ødegaard near the Norway penalty areas. Martinelli quickly returns it to the Real Madrid star. Vinicius drives a low shot toward the bottom left corner. Saved. Nyland stretches out a leg and denies him brilliantly. That is another huge moment. Brazil are knocking louder now, but Norway's goalkeeper keeps answering the door with a firm no. Thank you. The 43rd minute. Norway nearly create a dangerous opening, Haaland slides a clever pass into Ødegaard on the left side of the box. Danilo closes him down rapidly and blocks the danger at the cost of a corner. That is veteran defending, not flashy, not glamorous, but absolutely essential. The 44th minute. The corner comes to nothing. Set pieces have not worked well for either side so far, though Brazil will still be thinking about the biggest dead ball chance of the half. That penalty miss continues floating above the match like a dark yellow cloud. The 45+1 minute. 6 minutes added on. Plenty of time for chaos. And this match has been quietly threatening chaos since the 3rd minute. Brazil push forward. Norway stayed compact. And every loose ball suddenly feels twice as important. The 45+3 minute. Save from Alisson. Haaland battles through a double challenge from Marquinhos and Gabriel. The ball breaks kindly to Ødegaard, who hammers a close-range shot toward the center of goal. Alisson reacts strongly and smothers it. Huge save. Brazil may have Nyland causing problems at one end, but Alisson reminds everyone that he also owns a pair of world-class gloves. The 45+5 minute. Casemiro lifts an inviting cross into the penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli stretches toward it but cannot quite make contact. That was close, very close. If Martinelli reaches it cleanly, Norway may be in serious trouble. Instead, the ball skips away, and Brazil's frustration grows. The 45+7 minute. Halftime. Brazil 0-0 Norway. A disallowed Norway goal. A missed Brazil penalty. Big saves from both goalkeepers, and enough tension to power a small city. Norway have controlled possession beautifully. Brazil have created the sharper moments, but somehow, after all that drama, the scoreboard still refuses to move. The players head down the tunnel, and both managers have plenty to fix. Brazil need more control. Norway need more cutting edge. The audience needs oxygen. The 46th minute. Norway make an immediate statement. 2 substitutions arrive before the second half even settles. Oscar Bob replaces Alexander Sørloth. Andreas Schjelderup comes on for Antonio Nusa. Ståle Solbakken clearly wants more pace, more creativity, and perhaps one decisive counterattack. Brazil restart the match, but Norway's tactical refresh immediately catches everyone's attention. The 48th minute. A fascinating statistic appears. Brazil have recorded at least 40% possession in every World Cup match since detailed records began. Tonight, they're sitting around the mid-30s. That tells the whole story. The yellow shirts are chasing. The red shirts are dictating. It's a very unusual sight on football's biggest stage. The 49th minute. Patrick Berg strolls forward through midfield with surprising freedom. Nobody steps out. Nobody closes him down. He decides to test his luck from distance and launches the ball somewhere into New Jersey's evening sky. Some lucky fan may have just received a very expensive souvenir. The 51st minute. Norway continue pressing aggressively. Brazil struggle to build from the back. Every pass feels rushed. Every touch is challenged. The Scandinavian press is organized beautifully, forcing Brazil into uncomfortable long balls instead of the flowing combination supporters expected. The 53rd minute. Brazil drop deeper once again. It almost looks intentional. Ancelotti appears willing to absorb Norway's pressure before releasing Vinicius on the break. It's a dangerous strategy. Effective if executed perfectly, yet terrifying if one defensive mistake arrives first. The 55th minute. Vinicius Jr. finally ignites the crowd. He bursts down the left, gliding past Bob and Ryerson with breathtaking acceleration. Corner to Brazil. Matheus Cunha swings it in. Nobody in yellow can attack it. Norway clear comfortably. The build-up deserved applause. The finish deserved. Another training session. The 57th minute. The winner of this tie will face either England or Mexico. Watching from afar, neither of those teams will be shaking with fear just yet. Both Brazil and Norway are showing discipline, but neither side has found the ruthless finishing touch. This knockout battle remains balanced on the edge of a knife. The 58th minute. Brazil make their first attacking substitution. Hendrick enters. Matheus Cunha leaves. Fresh legs, fresh energy, fresh hope. The teenage sensation receives a huge ovation as supporters believe he might provide the spark this game desperately needs. The 59th minute. Hendrick, what a chance. What a miss. Vinicius Jr. produces an absolutely sensational through ball, slicing Norway's defense completely apart. Hendrick races clean through. Only Nyland to beat. One touch, too heavy. Nyland rushes out, closes every angle imaginable, and Hendrick can only guide a weak finish wide of the far post. The Brazilian bench cannot believe it. The crowd cannot believe it. Endrick cannot believe it. That was the golden chance. Perhaps the biggest opportunity from open play all night. The 61st minute. Still feeling confident. Endrick lets fly from nearly 30 yards. Power. Yes. Accuracy. Not today. A slight deflection earns Brazil another corner. And suddenly, Norway's defense is being asked more and more difficult questions. The 62nd minute. Nyland. Again. Ørjan cuts inside from the edge of the box and drills a fierce effort toward goal. Nyland dives low, strong hands. Another excellent save. The Norwegian goalkeeper is building a highlight reel that goalkeeping coaches will happily replay for years. The 63rd minute. Brazil think they've finally broken through. Bruno Guimarães finds the net after another dangerous attack, but the assistant referee's flag is already raised. Offside. No goal. Even so, Nyland had managed to save the initial attempt anyway, just in case. He's taking absolutely no chances tonight. The 64th minute. Norway make another defensive adjustment. Julian Ryerson departs. Fredrik Aursnes comes on. Fresh legs at right back against Vinicius Jr. Might be one of the toughest assignments in world football. Oh, good luck. You'll probably need it. The 60th minute. Shelderup wastes no time making an impact. He curls a dangerous cross toward the far post. Haaland lurks, always lurking. Alisson and Gabriel combine just in time to divert the ball away. That giant Norwegian shadow continues haunting Brazil's penalty area. The 67th minute. More substitutions. Oscar Bob immediately injects fresh pace into Norway's attack. Meanwhile, the stadium suddenly explodes. Neymar is coming on. Gabriel Martinelli leaves to a standing ovation as Brazil's legendary number 10 enters what could be one of the final World Cup appearances of his remarkable career. Every phone in the stadium seems to rise at once. Everyone wants to witness what Neymar can still produce. The 67th minute. Almost immediately, Bob slips an intelligent pass toward Christopher Ager charging into the box. The defender somehow delivers an outrageous outside of the boot cross. Haaland stretches, just inches away. Brazil escape again. The warning lights are flashing brighter now. The 67th minute. One more Brazilian substitution. Danilo exits. Ørjan also makes way as Brazil reshuffle their structure. Ancelotti is clearly searching for the combination that can finally unlock Norway's disciplined defense. Fresh legs everywhere. Fresh drama incoming. The 70th minute. The live win predictor still slightly favors Brazil despite the score remaining level. One magical moment. One defensive mistake. One Haaland header. One Neymar masterpiece. That's all it will take. This round of 16 contest feels less like chess now, and more like a pressure cooker seconds away from exploding. The 72nd minute. Neymar begins drifting into pockets of space, demanding the ball with every gesture. This is already his 7th World Cup knockout appearance, and the crowd expects magic every time he receives possession. Norway aren't interested in fairy tales. Every red shirt immediately collapses around him, closing passing lanes before the Brazilian superstar can even think about producing one of those trademark moments. The 74th minute. Brazil attempt to build pressure down the right. Danilo swings in a cross. Blocked. Casemiro follows with another delivery. Blocked again. Norway's backline is turning away, crosses like nightclub security, refusing entry to anyone not on the guest list. Patient, compact, disciplined. The 75th minute. Big save by Alisson. Norway suddenly explode on the counter. Haaland releases Shelderup into the left side of the penalty area. The substitute fires low toward the near corner. Alisson stands tall. Strong save. Brazil's goalkeeper keeps the game alive. That was Norway's clearest opportunity since the opening minutes. And suddenly this knockout tie feels like it could swing either way. The 77th minute. Humidity is beginning to affect everyone. Players take an extra second to recover after every sprint. Passes become slightly slower. Challenges become slightly heavier. It's the perfect environment for one moment of brilliance, or one costly mistake. The tension inside the stadium is almost unbearable. The 79th minute. Brazil make a change. Bruno Guimarães leaves the field after an evening he'll desperately want to forget. His missed penalty still hangs over this match like a stubborn rain cloud. Ederson replaces him in midfield as Brazil search for fresh energy during these decisive moments. The 79th minute. Norway have done it. Erling Haaland. Who else? Shelderup skips brilliantly beyond his defender on the left and floats an absolutely gorgeous cross toward the center. Time almost stops. Haaland rises above Gabriel with terrifying authority. Boom. A thunderous header rockets beyond Alisson and crashes into the net. New Jersey erupts. The Norway bench empties. Supporters wave flags wildly. Brazil stand frozen. That is Haaland's 6th goal of the tournament. That is Norway's biggest World Cup goal in decades. And suddenly, Brazil are staring at elimination. The 81st minute. Listen to those Norwegian fans. They can barely believe what they're witnessing. Haaland becomes the first European player since Christian Vieri in 1998 to score in each of his first 4 World Cup appearances. Records continue falling. Brazil now face their toughest challenge of the tournament. There is no time for panic, but panic is exactly what begins creeping into yellow shirts. The 83rd minute. Brazil throw everyone forward. Neymar curls a dangerous corner toward the near post. Ager rises magnificently. Clearance. Another corner. Another delivery. Another red shirt wins the first header. Norway defend like every clearance is worth $1 million. The 85th minute. Norway launch another lightning-fast counterattack. For a brief moment, 3 red shirts charge toward Brazil's goal with acres of space ahead. The supporters rise expecting another killer blow. Instead, Norway calmly slow the attack down. No unnecessary risks, no Hollywood finish, just intelligent game management. That's tournament football at its smartest. The 86th minute, incredible save. Brazil simply refused to surrender. Endrick shoots. Ager blocks. The ball loops high toward the top corner. Nyland somehow backpedals, jumps, and tips it over the bar. Are you serious? That save belongs in a museum. Every Brazilian player puts both hands on their head. Every Norwegian supporter begins chanting their goalkeeper's name. Tonight, Nyland isn't just saving shots, he's saving history. The 88th minute. Play pauses briefly. Nyland remains on the ground after landing awkwardly on his shoulder during that unbelievable save. Medical staff rush onto the pitch. The goalkeeper slowly gets back to his feet. The applause echoes around the stadium. Heroes don't always score goals. Sometimes they wear gloves. The 90th minute. Go. It's happened again. Haaland. Norway are dreaming. Schjelderup drives inside from the left before slipping a perfectly weighted pass into Haaland's path. One touch, one glance, one devastating left-footed finish. Low, precise, unstoppable. 2-0 Norway. Listen to those Vikings celebrations. Brazil's World Cup dream is collapsing right before our eyes. Haaland sprints toward the corner flag with both fists raised. His teammates pile on top of him. The Norway bench is in complete chaos. This isn't just a goal. This feels like an entire nation announcing itself on football's biggest stage. The 90-plus first minute. 7 minutes remain. Brazil need a miracle. Norway need composure. Every clearance is cheered like another goal. Every second disappearing from the clock feels priceless for the men in red. The 90-plus third minute. Brazil continue attacking. Cross after cross flies into the penalty area. Norway repel everything. Bodies are thrown in front of shots. Headers are launched clear. Nobody wearing red is interested in style anymore. Only survival. The 90-plus 5th minute. One final Norwegian substitution. Leo Østigård replaces David Müller-Wolf. No attacking ambition. No unnecessary adventure. Just one clear message from the Norway bench. Protect this lead with everything you've got. Every player understands the assignment. Defend. Fight. Make history. The 90-plus 6th minute. Tempers finally boil over. Neymar, clearly frustrated after chasing the game since coming on, lunges into Ødegaard with a reckless challenge. The referee reaches straight for the yellow card. The Brazilian superstar throws his arms into the air. He knows. That card perfectly summarizes Brazil's night. Nothing has gone according to plan. The 90-plus 7th minute. The foul sparks chaos. Players from both sides rush toward the incident. A few heated words, a few angry shoves. Referees quickly step between them before emotions completely explode. Norway aren't interested in arguing. They're interested in watching the clock disappear. Brazil, meanwhile, know every wasted second pushes them closer to elimination. The 90-plus 8th minute. Penalty for Brazil, out of nowhere. One last twist. Casemiro rises for an aerial challenge inside the penalty area. Østigård catches him with an elbow. The referee doesn't hesitate. He points directly to the spot. The Brazilian supporters suddenly find their voices again. Could this incredible match still have one final chapter? The 90-plus 10th minute. Go! Neymar scores. The veteran walks slowly toward the penalty spot. A little hesitation, a stuttering run-up, Nyland guesses. But this time the finish is perfect, side-footed calmly into the right corner. Brazil finally beat Norway's magnificent goalkeeper. It's 2-1. The ball is immediately grabbed from the net. No celebrations, no dancing, only urgency. Brazil sprint back toward the halfway line knowing they have almost no time left. The 90+ 11th minute, Brazil throw absolutely everyone forward. Even Alisson edges away from his goal. Long balls, second balls, loose balls. Every yellow shirt is committed to one desperate final attack. Norway defend with incredible determination. Ager heads one away. Hegem clears another. Haaland even drops deep to help. This has become 11 men defending an entire nation's dream. The 90+ 12th minute. Full time. Norway have done the impossible. The referee blows the final whistle, and the Norwegian players collapse onto the grass in pure disbelief. Some raise both hands toward the sky. Others sprint toward Nyland. Several simply fall to their knees. They've reached the World Cup quarterfinals for the very first time. What an unforgettable night. Erling Haaland delivers the headlines with 2 ruthless second-half goals, proving once again why he's one of the most feared strikers in world football. But this victory belongs to more than just the goal scorer. Ørjan Nyland was sensational. His early penalty save from Bruno Guimaraes changed the emotional direction of the entire contest. His outstanding stops throughout the second half kept Brazil chasing shadows. And when Haaland finally struck twice, Norway defended with extraordinary courage until the very last whistle. Brazil dominated the expected goals, created opportunities, earned 2 penalties, and still walked away defeated. Sometimes football ignores statistics. Sometimes football rewards belief. Tonight was one of those nights. Norway write the greatest chapter in their World Cup history. Brazil leave New Jersey heartbroken. The Vikings march into the quarterfinals. And the football world has a brand new fairy tale to celebrate. What an unforgettable World Cup battle. Norway delivered a fearless performance, defended with incredible determination, and made the most of their opportunities to secure a famous victory. Brazil fought until the very last whistle, creating chance after chance. But football can be wonderfully unpredictable, and tonight belonged to Norway. A huge thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel. We hope you enjoyed every goal, every save, every dramatic moment, and every minute of this incredible match. If you enjoyed this full match commentaries, please leave a like, share the video with your fellow football fans, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next FIFA World Cup 2026 live commentary, highlights, and match analysis. More thrilling World Cup action is just around the corner, and we'll be back with another exciting match very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.